Hi, my dear friends. Once again, we are going to learn English words. And these English words are very unique in nature. I can tell with 100% authority that you will not find this same sort of lessons on any other YouTube channel. Okay? But by saying this, I don't intend or I don't mean to minimize the importance of other YouTube channels that teach English. I respect the other teachers, I salute the other teachers, and I also advise you to watch the other YouTube channels as well simultaneously with our channel. Here on this channel, we learn different types of words, phrases, idioms, and sometimes we learn error corrections. Like when the Indian students especially write English or speak English, there are some errors in their English, and as a result, their English language gets a little tainted. And to make your language rather absolutely unblemished, it is our effort to help you with the common errors made by the Indian students. And today we are going to learn, those of you who watch our videos already know that these days we are learning single word expressions. Today also, no exception. We are going to learn a few single word expressions, 6 single word expressions we shall be learning today. But let me tell you why we are learning single word expressions. The single word expressions are very appropriate. So when we are speaking English, if we know these single word expressions, we can use those appropriate words, and our listeners will not have any hesitation in understanding any part of what we say. But if we do not know these single word expressions, we have to use so many words because a word has a very long meaning, and all the words you have to use in order to express that meaning. But if you know the precise word, exact word, you can avoid using a lot of words, thereby making your English very, very concise. And that is very important. That is the call of the day, because it's the modern times and there is much hurry. So people don't have much patience to listen to your long rigmaroles. Therefore, it is very necessary, it is very important for all of us to speak English exactly using all those words which are appropriate, so that we can avoid making unnecessarily long sentences. So today also we are going to learn 6 single word expressions, and here I shall write down those 6 single word expressions, and here the meanings are already written, so as you can read. So in order to read what is written on this whiteboard more clearly, I shall advise you to watch this video full screen. Okay? As I advise you every time I make a video, this time also I have told you the same. So I think that these words will help you to express yourselves very vividly, very lucidly. If you find the lessons very important, if you find these lessons very useful, then please, I shall expect you to share these videos with your friends who also want to learn English or who are equally struggling to learn this transoceanic language. That's a foreign language. As we know, English is not our mother tongue. but we are trying to learn this language in order to transact business, because here in India, you know very well, there are so many languages, and it is not possible for us to learn all the languages that are spoken in our country. Therefore, it is a link language. English is a link language. If you know English, you can operate from any part of this country without any problem. And not only this country, if you ever visit abroad, or if you ever happen to talk to a foreigner, this language will help you a lot. So now please, without further ado, let us get directly into our today's lesson. Number one, a person who suddenly changes his or her opinion or policy. There are some people who are very fickle-minded, and what they do, they have a certain opinion today, which they have shared with you. Tomorrow, when you ask them, you see they have absolutely diametrically changed their opinion, as if they have swung from one pole to the other. So, what is a person of this sort called? There is a single word for that. And if you know the single word, you can very nicely put your ideas in English. And if you do not know these single words, these appropriate words, then you have to use so many words. Or you have to make do with words like fickle-minded. He's a very fickle-minded man. But a fickle-minded man is not necessarily a man who changes his opinion or policy always. Fickle-minded means he has decided something now, then after some time he changes that. And moreover, fickle-minded is not a single word expression. Fickle-minded, compound word. Two words have been compounded together to make a single expression. But today we are going to learn a single word expression. And the single word expression for this is, let me write down here. Here I shall write down the words. Okay? And while writing the words, I shall spell out the words very loudly, so that if you have a notebook or an exercise book near you, you can note down these words in your exercise book. This way you can avoid of course, watching this video a number of times. And if you do not have any exercise book around, there is no problem. You may, of course, watch this video as many times as you want. Okay? So the word is if, L, I, P, hyphen, F, L, O, double P, E, R. So the word is FlipFlopper. FlipFlopper. What does FlipFlopper mean? A person who suddenly changes his or her opinion or policy. Now, how to make a sentence with this word FlipFlopper? Please don't go by what he says. Please don't believe in what he says. Because if you think what he says is his opinion, then you do not know tomorrow he will tell you that no, this is not his opinion. He will give you some other opinion. So a flip-flopper is not trusted by even his or her friends. Why? Because they know, they are aware of his nature. He every now and then changes his opinion or her opinion. Flip-flopper is used in case of both the genders. So when you want to use the word flip-flopper, you have to be careful whether you are using his only or her only. When you are talking about a man who is a flip-flopper, use his. But when you are using the word flip-flopper for a girl, then use her. Remember that. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. And the next one is a person whose job is to remove waste from outside houses. Is it clear to you? If you live in a city, you know very well a certain municipal man comes to your locality every morning in order to collect garbage from every household. So what is that person called? There is a single word for that. and the single word derives from the word garbage. Okay, so this is a clue I've given you. Now, if you can understand what the word is, please don't forget to write down in the comment box. I shall be very glad to see that you are very quick on the uptake. So, a person whose job is to remove waste from outside houses. In almost all the civilized countries, this system is in existence. A person moves from house to house collecting garbage, collecting waste. So the word is Garbo. The word is Garbo, Garbo, Garbo. So a Garbo means a person whose job is to remove waste from outside houses. So let's make a sentence with the word Garbo. Mom, hasn't the Garbo come today? Hasn't the Garbo visited our locality today? Mom says that no, he has not yet come. He will come at 10 o'clock. The Garbo. One of my friends works as a Garbo. So you may also find a person living in your locality who is a municipal employee, municipal worker, and he works as a Garbo. All right? Let's move on to word number 3. The word number 3 is a person whose job is to do small, boring tasks for other people in a company. If you are an employee of a certain office, you will see that there is a certain employee who has no specific job. And what he does, he generally runs errands for other employees. Say when you need to drink a glass of water, you tell him, he brings you a glass of water. When you want to have a cup of tea, he generally serves you a cup of tea. When you want to send a file from your table to the boss's table, you call him and he carries the office file to the boss's room. But these days it is very rarely found, because in almost all the modern offices there is no existence of paper files. So what is used there? They use computer files, and for that reason no employee is required, because you have the networking in your office. So when you want to send something from your desk to the boss's desk, you generally do it via the network. Okay, so but still an employee is required, because the digitization will not, of course, serve you a cup of tea, or will not fetch you a glass of water. For that reason an employee is very much required. So there is a single word for that, because you may say, for example, you want to know whether he has come or not, so you are asking your employee, hasn't he come? He means who? There is a certain name, surely. There is a certain English word for that. And what is that English word? Let me write down here. Gofer. Gofer. Gopher. Gopher. So that employee is called a gopher. Say you are asking your colleague, where is our gopher? Or the say your office needs a gopher. So you tell the boss, we need to hire a gopher, because our gopher has already quit. Our gopher has already quit. So what is the job of a gopher? No specific job. A person whose job is to do small, boring tasks. Any task for that matter. Of course, that task should be of his standard. If a huge task is given to him, it's not possible for him to carry out. So the employees of the office know very well what sort of tasks he is able or he is capable of doing. So this small boring task. Boring why? Because the same task he has to do every now and then. for other people in a company. Even sometimes you will see you need a say in the past it was there, nowadays it is not allowed to smoke in the office. Earlier, say one employee needed a pack of cigarettes, so he generally called the Goofer and gave him money to buy a pack of cigarettes. Nowadays it is not found, since smoking is not allowed in any office. All right, let's move on to number four. To understand something completely using your feelings rather than considering the facts. So these three words are three nouns. We have learned three nouns. But here, this word, as you can understand, the meaning starts with to understand. Therefore, this meaning requires a verb, and we have to write down the verb here. So, what is the meaning of the word? First, try to understand. When the meaning is understood properly, it will be easier for you to explain, to make a sentence with the word that I'm going to give you. To understand something completely using your feelings, your gut feelings. Say you do not know the particular things that are taking place at a certain place. Say you have gone somewhere and you have seen certain things happening, but you do not understand sequentially or logically why these things are happening, but your gut feeling tells you something. So using your gut feeling rather than considering the facts. You do not know the facts because you are new there, or perhaps that is beyond your intellectual capacity to understand what is happening. But the intellectual capacity is not all. You have your instinct, you have your intuition. So by using your intuition, you understand that there is something fishy happening here, something strange happening here. So this verb, what is that verb? Or sometimes even usually it is used in case of children. Say if a child happens to see some adult incident, it is not possible for the child to analyze the facts there, because the child doesn't know the bees and the birds. But what does the child do? The child understands. Child somehow manages to understand that something wrong is happening here, or something which he is not supposed to watch is happening here. Okay? So what is the verb? The verb is, let me write down, G R O K. The word is GROK. Grok. The word is grok. Excuse me. To understand something completely using your feelings rather than considering the facts. Grok. So let's make a sentence with the word grok. If you are an intelligent person, you can grok a certain concept. So you do not know the facts perhaps, or you cannot analyze the facts, you cannot consider the facts, but still you understand the concept. So you can easily grok the concept. You can easily grok the concept. Move on to number 5. And number 5 is a person who uses aggressive or annoying methods to sell something. A salesman, or you may say a hawker, a peddler. Some peddlers are there, some hawkers are there who use certain tricks to sell their things, to sell their products. Other things are sometimes annoying. Some tricks they use are very, very annoying, very, very irritating. They keep on requesting you to buy their product. And you get pestered, you get very angry with them. So this type of a hawker, what is that type of a hawker called? Of course, hawker is also a single word, but only the word hawker does not define them. A person who uses aggressive, a hawker doesn't necessarily use any aggressive method. The hawker simply sells things. If you need the things, You go there and you buy from the hawker. But this person uses aggressive or annoying methods. And sometimes it is used in case of a hawker who sells very small, insignificant things. Small, insignificant things. Okay? That sort of a salesman, that sort of a hawker is called appropriately in English. Let me write down here. You also write down, okay? Huckster. 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 There are some hucksters. If you go to a certain place which is, say, full of hawkers, aggressive hawkers, you avoid them. Generally, what we do, we avoid that place. We say, no, not necessary to go that way, because those people will try to sell their things. They will be pestering us with requests to buy the thing. So we avoid that place. Why? Because that place is full of huckster. So you may say that I was traveling by train. Suddenly, a huckster tried to sell a certain product to me, and thereby irritated me. The huckster irritated me. I was not interested in buying that thing, but the huckster so aggressively tried to sell his product to me that I had to finally buy. So he is a huckster. This word will not, of course, please a peddler, will not please a hawker, huckster. Well, number 6. Now number 6. And that is going to be the last word for this video session. Okay? What is the meaning? Let us read out the meaning first. The loud sound made by a lot of people talking at the same time. When all the people present at a particular place talk together, talk simultaneously, there is a kind of peculiar noise created there, produced there. And it is not possible for you to make out what they are saying, because all of them are talking at the same time. In the classroom, sometimes you see when the teacher asks something, all the students at a time start answering the question. And then that particular sound is produced. So try to understand the meaning. The loud sound, that becomes a very loud sound very naturally. When say 10 people are present there, instead of one person, all the 10 people start talking. So how loud that sound is? Made by a lot of people talking at the same time, simultaneously. They're all talking. So what is that sound called? What is that particular? There is a single word to mean that. The word is H U B B U B. The word is HUBBUB, hubbub. The word is hubbub. So there was a hubbub, and it was not possible for me to understand what my friend was saying because of the hubbub. All the people were talking. There you are on a railway platform, a crowded railway platform. There your friend is standing a little away from you. From there he is shouting some words, or he is trying to draw your attention to what he is saying. And at the time, all the people on the platform are talking together. So then there is a hubbub produced. There is a hubbub created there. And in that hubbub, it is very difficult for you to make out what your friend is saying. Alright? So these 6 words, let me read out these 6 words once again for you. FlipFlopper, Garbo, Goofer, Grok, Huckster, Hubbub. These are the 6 words. And these 6 words, if used properly, make your English very very rich. Why? Because your listener will understand that yes, you know English in the truest sense of the term. That's why instead of using a lot of words, you are using the most appropriate words. And that is what I would like to always expect my friends doing. My friends, you, my viewers, my beloved viewers, my dear friends, my family. If you start speaking this way, I shall be very cock-a-hoop. Cock-a-hoop means I shall be very glad. I shall be on cloud nine. So please start using these words, and so that I understand whether you are using or not this type of words. Write down in the comment box something at least using the words which I have shared with you so far. You know, my interest will go high up then, because I do this in order to see you speaking English absolutely fluently and using the appropriate words. So when I see you passing any comment or any remark in the comment box using this type of words, which generally I give you, I feel very happy. All right? Those of you who have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe to this channel. If you think at all that this channel is doing something good, and if you feel that this channel, what this channel is doing is useless, then of course you will not subscribe to our channel. And if you think that videos are useful, give us a like at least. Your like inspires us a lot. So I expect your likes if you like the videos at all. If you don't like the videos, if you don't like what is being taught here, give us a dislike. I shall accept this, of course. I shall accept, but I shall request you to write down the reason for the dislike in the comment box, so that your comment guides me properly. Then I understand that, oh, all right, this kind of things to be removed from my teaching method, because my dear viewers don't like this. All right, see you in the next video session. So long.